marriage is just a piece of paper. Okay, well, so is your birth certificate, so is your driver's license, so is the deed to your house. These are all pieces of paper. I honestly think that you have like a fetish, like you fetishize like single women or married women, and like you like to come in on some like Superman. It is weird as hello, my beautiful stones and gems. Thank you for clicking this video. I am your host, Miss Mama Medusa, and this is the Medusa Show. Hi! If this is your first time clicking this video, welcome. And if you are a returning member, hey, Ken ain't it. All right, let's wake that up. Let's start there. Ken ain't this narrative that Ken is such a good man. He's such a good man. He's a good man, Savannah. He's a good man, Medusa. No, the fuck he's not. Good men don't struggle with finding good women. They don't. A lot of women, especially black women, the average black woman is, we throw ourselves at a black man. He don't even have to be a good one. The standards are so low for black men. Let's talk about it. And I think that that's what the situation is with Ken. Ken, don't get me wrong. In the beginning, I thought that Ken was a good dude. I thought that he was a good brother. But after he showed his ass, this last episode or episode prior, after he revealed that this is not his first time dating a married woman, I'm like, oh, Ken, you're a fucking weirdo. And let's be so for real. If Ken was a Kendra and Kendra told y'all that she had a history of dating married men and messing with married men, y'all would drag her through the mud. And y'all know y'all would. Y'all would give her the Arion coleslaw treatment. But because he's a man, and because a lot of black women are male identified, and a lot of us have very low standards, we applaud the bare minimum. Okay, this is weird as you over here playing daddy. I'm sorry, Ken. The fact that you're so comfortable with playing second, I honestly think that you have like a fetish. Like you fetishize like single women or married women, and like you like to come in on some like Superman weird ass. Ken lost all cool points with me when, he was talking about, downplaying marriage. And see, that's my issue with Ken and Trisha. I really hate how they, like, the way they try to, like, downplay and appropriate their whole, like, situationship is really, like, it's really immature. Like, how old is Trisha and Ken? Can somebody tell me in the comments, like, how old these people are? Ain't they in their late 30s, early 40s, talking about some, marriage is just a piece of paper? Girl, are you stupid? You sound dumb as like honestly, like, I really hate when y'all do that. Okay, yeah, and somebody on Twitter said it best. Okay, well, if marriage, you're talking about, marriage is just a piece of paper. Okay, well, so is your birth certificate, so is your driver's license, so is the deed to your house. These are all pieces of paper. So is your tax returns. These are all pieces of paper that are legitimate and that are needed. Okay, that are important. If you don't have it, if you don't want it, that's fine. But don't act like you don't need it. Don't act like there's not a reason to have it. And my thing is, and again, if you don't want it, that's fine. But I really don't like it when y'all try to minimize it. It's the same thing with Cash Doll, dumbass. But it's the same thing with dumbass Cash Doll talking about, marriage is just something to keep people together. Marriage is just something to make it hard for y'all to break up. Bitch, what the f*** are you even talking about? This is the dumbass shit that y'all tell yourselves when you know you're dead ass wrong. I hate when y'all do that. Listen, if marriage is not for you, if your marriage didn't work out, then stand on that. But don't try and like downplay the institution of marriage. Don't do that. Like you're projecting. Don't project your failed marriage onto other people and try to make it seem like it's not that big of a deal. So in regards to Ken, when he's over here talking about, let's not act like, married people don't separate and start relationships while they're separated. Well, yeah, Ken, a lot of things happen. A lot of tragedies happen. A lot of fucked up things happen, but that don't make it right. All right? And not only that, here's my thing. I would think, and see, this is how, if you was a real nigga, but you're not a real nigga, you a weirdo that likes to run behind married women, okay, and run behind men's sloppy seconds. You're weird as you have low self-esteem. It speaks volumes to your character and your self-worth. That you reduce yourself to nothing more than a side nigga. Girl, I'm sorry. I don't like Ken. He lost me with that. Girl, it just doesn't make any sense. Ken ain't, Trisha ain't messy asshole. You messy as okay, and that's another thing. Like, it just goes to show it don't matter if you're a man or a woman. If you're sleeping with a married person, that shit is messy, and that's why you shouldn't do it, Ken. Okay, yeah, we understand things happen, people fall, and that's another thing. I hate when y'all be like, oh, you know, you can't help who you love. Love is blind. Girl, these are choices, okay? You chose to marry, and you can choose to divorce. You can choose to start a relationship, and you can also choose to end your marriage before starting a new one. My thing is, as a grown woman, Trisha, I'm talking to you directly. I would think that as a grown woman, and as I could just from a level of common decency, if you had good intentions, that you would tell this man, hey baby, or any man, Ken, what have you, hey baby, listen, I'm in a situation right now. I got a lot of baggage, because that's the thing. When you're married, when you're in a relationship with somebody else, that's a lot of baggage. You're literally in the process of writing a chapter, writing your story. So I'm in the process of writing this story, and I need to close this chapter before I start another one. And out of respect for you, okay, out of respect for you, and out of respect for myself, and also out of respect for my children, I'm not about to introduce I'm not about to start writing another chapter before I end the first one. I'm not about to introduce my children to a new person before I end before I do what I need to do with their father. Am I tripping? Is it just me? Like, that's some grown woman shit. That's how you maturely handle a situation. But no, this whole, but you just starting a whole starting a relationship with a whole married woman, or starting a relationship while you're still married and taking a step further and being engaged. You sound dumb as calling you are a married woman talking about you engaged to another man. Huh? How you married but engaged at the same time? Make it make sense. You sound dumb as and then it's like if marriage ain't nothing but a piece of paper, then why the fuck are you engaged? The fuck? Why? It doesn't make any sense. Like, girl, and if it ain't nothing but a piece of paper, then why don't you hurry up and get the other little piece of paper that would be your mother divorce? If it ain't nothing but some paper, you're dumb as fuck. Trisha, whatever your name is, you ain't shit. And we ain't even got to Martell, this whole situation with Martell yet. Let's get there. So it's bad enough, Trisha. Like, it's bad enough that you got a whole throuple going on with you, Ken, and Marquez. But then in the midst of all that, you then insert your married ass into another person's marriage. Girl, what? Trifling. Just trifling. And then of course you're gonna be the one to be like, oh well, marriage ain't nothing but a piece of paper. I bet you the fuck it is to a bitch like you. You know nothing about loyalty. You spineless. You know nothing about loyalty, nothing about morality, and no morals, no nothing. Like, what? Like, honestly, Melody, come here, sister. Let me talk to you, okay? My Scorpion sister, okay? I'm Scorpios and Cancers. I think we're cousins. We're sister signs. I don't know if we're sister signs. Water signs to another water sign. Melody, you really should have beat Trisha's ass. I'm sorry. You really should have. You should have arranged. I know you can't fight. I can tell you can't fight. I know you're above fighting. That's fine. But you could have done something. You could have. I'm telling you. If you ever had a chance or a time or opportunity to beat a bitch ass for playing in your motherfucking face, ho, this would have been the moment. Like, honestly, all this anger that you have directed towards Sonny, it really needs to be directed towards Trisha. There's a lot of unanswered questions when it comes to Martell and Trisha. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not sure if they had sex or not, but the situation seems extremely inappropriate. At the end of the motherfucking day, Martell was married, and Trisha, you were fucking married, and you've been married, and you're still married to this day. You just trifling. You are a messy hoe. Like, and it's just like, I'm sorry, I just cannot believe we are living in a society where, like, talk about respectful cheating. These are married people, and see, this is what they talk about. They be talking about how, like, you know, a lot of people will say, you know, a lot of times y'all think married women be thinking that they man is cheating on them with a single woman, and whole time, a lot of times they're cheating on y'all with other married people, and that's the truth. Don't nobody cheat more than other married folks. Like, and it's just messy. Like, why the fuck were you at that woman's house while she was in the midst of her divorce with this man? You're disgusting. Both of y'all are disgusting. And Trisha, why are you even on this show? I'm sorry. I'm done. I feel like I spent too much time talking about this, but like this whole situation with Melody Martell, I don't even know. I'm gonna be honest, that conversation with Ken and Martell, that conversation made me very uncomfortable. Seeing the way Martell speaks about women, like, and it's even more concerning considering the fact that he has daughters. I think he has 4 daughters to be exact. The way that he speaks about women and talking about, oh, let's be clear, I'm the one that does the choosing. I was almost as if he's saying that, like, if I want you, I'm gonna have you type shit. Like, almost like she doesn't even have a choice. Like, I make the decisions, and if I want to do it, then I'm gonna do it. That's how it came off to me. Y'all let me know if y'all agree or disagree, and that's fine. But yeah, make sure y'all give this video a thumbs up. I need my likes. That conversation made me cringe. I'm gonna be honest. It was very like uncomfortable seeing the way these grown ass men were talking about just sex with other women, and like it just didn't sound consensual. I'm gonna be honest. I get it. It's locker room talk. I'm not a man, and I never want to be, and I don't know, whatever. Martell played with Ken's face, and see, this is the thing. I think it's so funny how how Ken wants to demand this utmost respect from Marquez, but then meanwhile, you see how Ken like to pick and choose when he wants to be a real and when he don't. Because this is just me. I feel like Martell pretty much called Trisha ugly, said that your bitch is not that cute, and if I wanted to fuck her, I could. Oops. Did y'all clock that? Did y'all catch that? Because that's pretty much the message that I got from Martell. That's what I picked up that Martell was putting down. That Trisha's not that cute, but if I wanted her, I could have her. And I'm sorry, but I believe Martell. I believe it. And that's why I think that something happened. I don't know if it don't matter. It don't matter if it really don't matter if Martell or Trisha or not. If he wanted to her, he could. And I think that he wanted to, so he probably did. Because Trisha is a messy hoe. And so I can't give her the benefit of the doubt. She already said that marriage is nothing but a piece of paper. She's already reduced marriage to nothing more than a piece of paper. So no, I'm not about. So I mean, she's already in the same house as a married man. And Trisha, what the fuck is your problem? Why did y'all see? I think it was last episode or the episode before. Trisha was like, when Ken was like, oh well, there's nothing wrong with like dating when you're married, and then Trisha was like, yeah, because Melody did it. Trisha, hey, you are playing a dangerous game, mama. Why are you speaking on another person's marriage? Like, isn't that rules? Isn't that just as a married person, it's rules to this shit. Like, don't speak on other people's marriage. How the fuck are you speaking on it, knowing that you had, whether you want to admit it or not, you had some inappropriate dealings? I would think that you would just be quiet, despite that. I would think that you, and again, why are you even on the show to begin with? Like, did you not? How did you think that this was all going to play out for you? Like, did you not think that this was going to blow up in your face? I'm like, is something wrong with Trisha? Is she a little okay? Has she been touched by an angel? Like, what's going on? Like, Trisha, something wrong with her, or she's just a messy ass hoe. Whatever it is, I ain't got time for it. But yeah, Trisha is messy. Ken is scary. You know, yeah, you got all that bite and all this. It's easy for you to take. Let's be very clear. You can't even. I really do think that Ken like gets off on taking married women away from other men and like taking, like coming in and like playing Captain Save-A-Ho. But my thing is with Ken, you can't even do that because Trisha's still married to Ken. Trisha and Ken been separated and they haven't even filed for separation yet, but they've been separated for like 5 years yet. So you haven't even successfully been able to take your bitch, take his bitch away from him. And I'm using that type of language because that's the language that y'all just subscribe to. I mean, we see it, but y'all sitting here on the show. Y'all over here talking about, well, we know who's going to be the side bitch. We know who's going to be the side. That's how they talk about it. That's how they talk on national television. These niggas make jokes about side bitches and side chicks on national TV. So I can only imagine what kind of, innuendos are being made once the cameras are turned off. Girl, listen. So that's that. Trisha ain't, Ken is not. And I'm so tired of y'all trying to make it seem like he's such a good black man. No, he's not. No, he's not. A good black man would not struggle to find a good black woman. And if he was such a good black man, Trisha would have, I can't even say that because I want to say if he was a good black man, Trisha would have been left her ain't shit, hot yellow nigga, hot yellow husband, and quiet as his cat. I low-key think that Trisha has a color complex. And that's why she don't want to lose her light-skinned man. I really do. I think that she got she dealing with something. It's some sort of self-esteem issues. And I think that, I think that Ken came in and was uplifting her. And that's another thing. Girl, you was cheating on your husband with Ken. Y'all was having inappropriate relations, inappropriate conversations and text messages and DMs while you were married and still are married. Then you was having inappropriate conversations, inappropriate interactions with Martell while he was married and while you were still married. Trisha, you're just like, Trisha. Like, I'm not trying to, slut shame, but I just think it's just messy. And again, even if you was a man, I still would give you the same smoke. I would still look at you sideways. If a married man was caught up in all these scandals, but again, y'all like to give, y'all the ones that like to give these niggas passes, not me. Another thing I want to talk about, and then I'm gonna get up off of here. Melody, you said something on one of the episodes and it really bothered me, and I just want to address it real quick. You said something along the lines in regards to this situation with Stormy. You said something about, well, if the police is called on you and you get arrested, then obviously you did something something along the lines of like victim blaming people for being arrested and saying that like, well, if you got arrested by the cops, then you obviously did something and blah, 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 blah. Listen, Melody. Melody, be so for real. Like in the world that we're living in this political climate with Sonya Massey, Charlene Lau, so many black women who have been unalived by the police officers. So like for simply being black women, you really gonna sit here and say, well, if the police are calling and this, that, and the third, then da-da-da-da. And then you take it a step further and encourage black people on this black-owned platform. Is owned black-owned? Y'all let me know. I don't know. Is it black-owned? With this primarily black audience, and you encourage them to call the police, saying that, like, if someone shows up to your house, you should call the police, and this, that, and the third. It's as simple as calling the police. Melody, your privilege is showing. Melody, like, I feel like, honestly, like, sometimes with these celebrities and these reality stars, a lot of times they become so far removed from society and so far removed from reality that I don't think that they realize, like, just how they come off to people. And it's just, again, it's concerning, considering the fact that you are raising 4 little black kids, that you are taking this stance that, like, well, something happens, like, da-da-da-da, and this, that, and the third. I really hope that, Melody, your children, and this is not me talking about your children, I want to be very clear, but I really hope that, like, I hope that your children are able to create a world where that way of thinking is no longer acceptable. that take that you said was a horrible take. It was horrible, and you should really like get some sort of media training or something when it comes to like issues regarding the police and black people. Okay? So that's that. And then it's so funny with the situation with like Melody talking about, you know, Melody and Miss Nell. Can I just say this real quick? And then after this I'm gonna be done. I love Miss Nell. I really do. Like, Miss Nell is another one. I think Trisha, Kimmy, and Miss Nell, I think that those are like my 3 favorite people on the show. Like, those are the people who I could see myself like hanging out with, or like even like taking some sort of mentorship from, especially Miss Nell. I can see myself. I like Miss Nell, especially as just a mother and a wife. Like, I like Miss Nell. I think she's funny. I think she's beautiful. I'm not sure how old she is, and I really don't care how old she is. She looks amazing. I hope that I look I look as good as she is. I hope I look as good as she does when I hit her age. Whatever age she is, the bitch looks amazing. I don't understand why they be Trisha. Like, I'm sorry, Trisha, you know you my girl, but I didn't like it when you was shading her, talking about, oh yeah, for somebody that's 60, bitch. Miss Nell look better than you. Stop it. You better hope and pray that you better hope that you look half as good as Miss Nell, and you better hope that your cheating ass, ain't shit ass husband is even coming around your motherfucking ass, okay, when you get to Miss Nell's age, bitch. Miss Nell, let me come over, bitch, excuse me, not to call you a bitch, but Mrs. Ma'am, come over here so I can teach you how to read these girls, because I'm telling you, whenever they do be shading Miss Nell about her age, and I really don't understand why, because it's not like she looks amazing. Like, it's like, I don't get it. Like, I mean, anyways, now I will say, Miss Nell, you were getting on my nerves during the trip when you was all doing all that hollering and screaming and being all loud about that damn name tag lady. It's not that fucking serious, but I like Miss Nell. I think she's funny. I think she's sweet, and I like her and her husband. I think they have a really super cute dynamic. I could not be friends with Melody. I hate how condescending she is. I hate how she's incapable of taking accountability for her actions. I hate how she gaslights people. I hate that little smart ass voice, little little way that she talks to people when she's like frustrated, talks to people like she's a fucking teacher. That's the teacher in me. That's the teacher. Come on, Tisha. I can't. Like, Melody, I'm sorry. Don't get me wrong, Melody. There's some very admirable qualities about her. From a business perspective, I admire Melody Cherie's business mindset. But just like as a person, like, no. And I just really hated this whole situation with her saying that Miss Nell and Christopher, Miss Nell and them never mentored her. I always thought in the beginning that they looked at, when I say they, I'm talking about the Holtz. I thought that they looked at Chris and Miss Nell as like the staples for, you know, this black union. They were, I think they're like the not oldest, but like the most senior couple in Huntsville. Like they have the longest marriage in Huntsville when it comes to this, and when it comes to the business and industry that they're in. So yes, it makes sense for you to seek mentorship from them. Why the fuck were you at their house throwing glasses and throwing champagne? But my camera ran out. But yeah, why the hell were you at their house throwing champagne glasses and shit if you weren't being mentored? I mean, what? I mean, clearly you needed some mentorship right then and there. When remember Melody? Remember when Martell said that you weren't satisfying him because you wasn't sucking his, and so he used that as an excuse to go and throw his marriage away, and then you proceeded to throw a champagne glass in his face, as you should. Remember? Yeah, that happened at Miss Nell's house. Was that not a form of mediation? Was that not a form of consulting? Was that not a form of mentorship? And then you tried to like downplay it, like, oh, well, I look at, you know, like, I don't know what, just, Melody, you're exhausting. And I hate to say, I'm about to say something. I could see how being married to you, both of y'all, like, I'm not, this is is not an excuse. What I'm about to say is not an excuse for Martell's behavior. But yeah, I could see being married. I could see it not being a pleasant experience being married to somebody like you. I'm sorry. Like, you and Martell were just a match made in hell. I think that Martell, and it's funny, like, it's funny, every time he talks about his marriage, he always focuses on the family. Like, he loves sustaining the family. But did he enjoy his marriage? Did you love your marriage? Did you love being married to Melody? I don't think he did. I don't think that y'all loved each other. I don't think that y'all loved being married to each other. I think that y'all just love the whole aesthetic of, like, this perfect black family dynamic. And don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful aesthetic. It's beautiful. But sometimes after a while, it's like, that's all it is an aesthetic. That's it. That's all. It's nothing but some Instagram pictures. Ciao. So that's all I got. I'm about to go watch this most recent episode of Love and Marriage with Martell airing out Marcel's business. And I'll be back for that. And that's what we're going to talk about in the next review. And I'll be back for some more, y'all. Give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you turn on your notifications buttons. And I go live every Monday at 9 o'clock. And I'll be back for some more, y'all. I love y'all so much. Bye.